Hello everyone. I just wanted to do a little garden update. So some new changes are that these bush beans have started to germinate. Last time they were like just poking out of the ground, and right now I have 5 right here. 4 here, although these ones, the cotyledon leaves, kind of got eaten by bugs. So for these 3, I don't know how they're gonna handle it without cotyledon leaves, but this one's doing fine. And the dragon tongue bush beans are also doing fine. So that is super exciting. I have okra poking through over here. Our native soil is very clay based, and I heard that okra is good for that, so I planted some here and they're just starting to poke through. So you can see there's about 4 or 5 that are starting to germinate. Radishes are still here. Dogs are looking for rocks. Oh, they got a fava bean. Oh, I used these bamboo poles and this kind of like Velcro plant tape thing to kind of Velcro the fava beans up because they were blocking the light. Oh, I found the bean that he took. But they were blocking the light off of this plant. You can see it's kind of suffering, so I pulled it up. And so it's now also got more access of light over here because originally the fava beans kind of were on top of all of these plants. So hopefully that'll help all of those plants. Here's Mango with her rock. The strawberries are starting to ripen. These ones, the Quinault variety, are kind of small and some of them look really weird. Like you can see, they're very interesting, but the ones with this variety, the Honoi, look really good, and I'm excited for these. I have finally left these out. I have been bringing them out and in, so they've been outside for like various hours of the day for the past, I don't know, 5 days. And then last night was the first time I left them outside, and they seem to have done okay. Like, I think they'll be fine if I leave them outside from now on. So that is what's going to happen. Yeah. He's eating his bean. Over here, you can see the pole bean and the yard-long bean have sprouted here. The winged bean is still waiting. The rest of them are still waiting, pretty much. And oh, really exciting is the corn. I think this is corn. I've never grown corn before, but I put like 5 or 6 corn seeds here, and there are 5 little sprouts that look like this. So I am excited because I think that's corn. There's also a weed here. And my wall of peas is getting really tall. Also, I have this zucchini coming up. So these zucchini seeds over here and then squash seeds over there behind these tags, they were given to me by a friend, and they're like really old seeds. I think they're like 5 years old or maybe more. Oh, I just see another zucchini coming up. I don't know if that's coming up or if something ate it now, actually. But yeah, they're really old seeds, and so she wasn't sure what the germination rate would be. So I put a lot of the seeds down in there just to kind of try it. And one came up. So that's kind of exciting, I guess. And yeah, that's pretty much it for updates. not much else is different. There's a lot of aphids on this plant, but the flowers are starting to bloom, and I did get a new rosemary from the local nursery because this one is, I don't know, it's very slow growing, and it's not like with this kind of height I'm going to be using it for anything. So I just got a more mature rosemary, and hopefully it'll take off so I can start using it. Yeah, that's pretty much it for updates. I was just out here earlier to clean up some of the leaves in here. There's still some more, but basically these dead leaves that kind of got damaged and then dried up. I just picked them. Sometimes I'll toss them in here as like mulch, and then sometimes I'll toss them in my compost pile that's in the back. Yeah, I need to start picking some of these because it's growing a little out of control. And yeah, that's about it for the updates now. And hopefully in some more time, there will be even more growing, more action happening. Right, pudding. There is a new flower here. It's very pretty. Mango! Mangosteen! Mango! Mango! Oh. So, I thought I would show you kind of how I pick the leaves. I only did that first little section so far. But basically, I'll try to find like a big leaf kind of like this, and then I'll just go all the way down to see where it connects to the stem, and I'll just pinch it off there, and it usually just snaps right off. I'll try to show it like that. That one wasn't so clean, but it's okay.
Usually I can feel my way down to where the leaf meets the base. I still got a tiny one. It's okay.
That's a lot from this one little patch. And you can't really tell that I picked anything. But I don't want to pick too much because then we can't eat it and then it wouldn't be as fresh. Like this is already a lot. Yeah. I think I'm gonna go pick some cilantro as well. So one way I like to pick cilantro is you can see where the base is, and then you'll just pick the stem, like a long cilantro stem, off of that base. So you have a nice cilantro, but your plant is still going to produce and keep growing.
Now this cilantro plant in the corner hasn't yet bolted, so I'm comfortable picking from it. I don't actually know if you can pick I'm pretty sure you can, but I don't know how different the flavor would be if you picked from one of these bolted ones. Because you can see the leaves are different. And I don't know if the flavor changes at that point. So yeah, I'm just leaving them there to seed. But how big those are.
A lot of times I'll just feel around for the cilantro, and how I do that is because there's so many plants, I'll just kind of pick the stems that are really wide, because the more mature ones usually have like a fatter stem, whereas this one's already broken, whereas the more like the newer ones will have a thinner stem, whereas the more mature ones will have a fatter stem. I don't know if you could see it, like this one got broken, but you can see the difference between those two. So I'll usually go for the fatter stems, and so I can kind of feel my way through and pick the fatter ones based on that. I think I have to go to the other side. This is one thing that I didn't think about when doing the cilantro patch with this trellis here. It's that if I wanted to pick the cilantro in the middle, it's kind of hard to like shove my hand through, pick it, and then bring it back out without it kind of catching. And then now that the peas are here, it's even more tough. So the ones in the middle are just kind of there to flower and give off seed now. This one's starting to flower. But there's still some on the side that I can pick from, so it's not too bad. There's some dead leaves here that I'm going to clean up a little bit.
But this is kind of what I mean, like I can't really see, it's just there's so much, so it's easier to kind of just feel my way sometimes. I think that's his last cilantro.
And then put it in between the broccoli. I really should harvest this. I'm actually quite proud of it because it's the first lettuce I've grown that has like such a closed head. It's the first and only, because I ate the other ones before they developed this far. But yeah, I'm debating whether or not I should cut the whole thing or do what I've been doing, which is kind of just breaking the leaves off at the outside, because they're really big leaves, and this is really big. Like, I don't think I could eat it in one go, whereas if you break the leaves off like this, you can kind of slowly eat at it, if that makes sense.
Just get the biggest leaves. Might not always be the prettiest, like this one has a rib. Look really good.
And this is actually a separate plant. I can actually just pull this out because this one's bolted. I pulled the flower head off. And so, in this case, this one goes here. Dogs will probably find it and eat it. I think they found something else to eat. But yeah. Trying not to break the new growth. I think that's good enough. By only eating the outer leaves, I allow it to keep growing, and I also give it a little bit more space so that this one can grow. But I did notice that these leaves were starting to kind of break. So, I don't know, part of me has always debated whether or not I should just cut the whole thing, because I think it would slowly grow back from the stem, kind of how it's doing here. But yeah, that is today's harvest. Thanks for following along. You can see the white poppy has bloomed. And I hope you enjoyed. Until next time.